In the study of history, you must have heard of Attila the Hun. He was one of the fiercest barbarian rulers who pillaged cities, invaded Greece, Italy, France, and other European countries. Our saint for today, Saint Genevieve, is known to have saved Paris from being sacked by Attila. Genevieve was born in Natarre, France in 422 of a pious peasant couple. She was brought up in the love and fear of God, and she practiced many charitable works, did much prayer and penance. When the holy bishop Saint Germanus visited her place, many people came to him to ask for his blessing. Among them was the 15-year-old Genevieve. Guided by the Holy Spirit, the bishop sensed the holy life of Genevieve and singled her out by prophesying about her future sanctity. He led her to the church, accompanied by many parishioners, and consecrated her to God. He presented her with a cross-engraved brass medal to be worn around her neck as a reminder of the consecration she made of herself to God. He ordered her to never wear any other bracelets, necklaces, or jewelry to avoid falling into vanity. Although not officially recognized as a religious group, the bishop entrusted to Genevieve the care of young girls to teach them how to love God, to pray, and to preserve purity. Genevieve faithfully led the young virgins to holiness and to a greater love for Jesus. After the death of her parents, Genevieve went on to live with her grandmother in Paris. She shared the faith to others, performed acts of charity, and prayed for the sick. Her dedicated Christian way of life was filled with the signs of the Holy Spirit working through her, and she was given the gift of prophecy. The signs included miracles and spiritually inspired predictions. She frequently had visions of heavenly angels and saints. However, when she shared those visions and experiences of the Lord, people began to turn against her. They called her a hypocrite and accused her of being a false visionary. In fact, they were determined to drown her in a lake of fire. However, Bishop Germanus intervened and silenced those who were persecuting her and accusing her falsely. Genevieve received divine guidance. When Attila and his army of Huns came upon Paris, the Parisian Christians were prepared to leave their homes and escape to another place. But Genevieve spoke to them and convinced them to stay within their homes, fast, and pray to the Lord. She assured them that they would have the protection of heaven. Her prediction came true as Attila suddenly changed his path and turned away from Paris. When Clovis became king of Gaul and was converted to Christianity, Genevieve had a great influence on him through his holy wife, Saint Clotilde. Genevieve was the one who suggested to him to build a church in honor of Saints Peter and Paul in Paris. After a life of prayer, austerity, and service, Genevieve died in 512. Many miracles happened near her tomb, and she was acclaimed a saint. Her body was later interred in the church which was built in honor of Saints Peter and Paul, and the church was named after her. Her intercessions were so great. Once, she saved the city from a great flood. She cured the smallpox of a king in Gaul. A plague broke out in Paris, and some 14,000 died in a short time. After prayers and a procession in her honor, only 3 persons died of the disease. During the French Revolution, the church was taken over by the revolutionists and given the name Pantheon to serve as a burial place for distinguished French men. Besides being the patron of Paris, she is also the patron for young girls. She is particularly invoked in time of drought, flood, illnesses, fire, and other disasters. Her feast day is January 3. Saint Genevieve of Paris must be distinguished from Saint Genevieve of Locfret, Brittany, another saint who lived in the 10th century. Her virtues are humility, magnificence, piety, obedience, charity, and purity. Saint Genevieve, you pleased God with your holy life. Intercede for us that we may imitate your virtuous life.